It's that time of year when lots of people are winterizing their pools, but if you think a pool cover can prevent young children from drowning, you could be making a deadly mistake. Matt Mahar has an investigation that could save lives in your own neighborhood.
Yay! This is Tanner Williams, just 3 months before a tragic pool accident last summer.
He's such a big boy.
I started calling 911 as I was getting him out.
It wasn't the type of pool accident you typically hear about.
There were toys on top of our cover, and I guess he was intrigued by them. It didn't dawn on me that, you know, with the cover on, there could still be accidents like that.
You don't think about the dangers of what could happen on top of a cover.
It's a danger that most are unaware of. Only a few inches of water on top of a winter pool cover can trap and drown a child.
I asked Dr. Neal if he was going to die. And he said it didn't look good. He stayed in intensive care for almost 2 weeks, and he died the day they moved him to the rehab facility.
The Williams don't blame the babysitter, they blame the pool cover.
If a pool's covered, you think that it's safe, that no accidents can happen because the water's supposed to be underneath the cover.
Extremely unsafe.
Larry Raffaelli, an aquatic safety expert who testifies in lawsuits and is working with the Williams family, has known about the dangers of pool covers for years.
And this is a pretty typical setup, isn't it?
It's a very typical setup, particularly for a private home.
Right.
It's an inexpensive cover. It's easily obtainable.
What's wrong with it?
First of all, it's dangerous. I think the primary concern of the homeowner, of course, is keeping his pool clean and keeping all these leaves from getting into it. You can see the leaves in there, and the green spots are algae, which means it's very slippery.
Look at what happens when we place a doll weighing only 23 pounds on top of this pool cover. The water quickly accumulates and then engulfs what could be a small child.
A number of children have died this way, right?
That's correct, and I imagine there's many more that have come through, escaped with their lives. We don't know how many. I can't even begin to estimate.
Statistics are incomplete, but there have been at least 100 childhood deaths associated with pool covers and solar blankets, which are used to warm a pool. We asked our researcher, Lori Solomon, to see how difficult it would be for even an adult to get off the pool cover.
It feels like quicksand right now. I feel like I'm sinking lower and lower, and I can feel the water being pushed up all around the side. It's actually getting harder right now as I crawl towards the edge.
If you're a little kid, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Safety and trade organizations warn that unless pool covers are specifically designed for safety purposes, they will not support weight and children should be kept away from them. They also emphasize that the covers should be kept dry. Most pool covers come with these warnings attached. But we found a company named Sentry that instructs its customers to add up to 1.5 inches of water on top of the cover to help keep it in place. These instructions are written just above the industry warnings to remove standing water. We asked why they would give such conflicting instructions. A Sentry spokesman said all they would tell us was that their covers and their labeling conform to the industry standards.
One of the biggest problems with pool covers or solar blankets is it provides a false sense of security, causing adults to let their guard down. And it's just that can lead to tragedy.
The problem with the solar cover, of course, is not tied down. It's easy to put on. And once you get under it, you have to know which way to turn to get out from under.
Robbie!
For 18 hours, neighbors and volunteers in Pinon Hills, California, searched for 3-year-old Robbie Knoll. They had no idea that their search was in vain.
It looked undisturbed. The pool cover was in position.
Authorities believe Robbie wandered into a neighbor's yard and slipped underneath their solar pool cover. These covers are typically not secured.
There was a little ball floating on the pool cover. And like all children, he loved balls. He stepped on that pool cover, and it swallowed him up. Even if he had been able to swim, he couldn't have survived that pool cover.
A variety of different, more expensive pool covers are available that offer varying levels of safety, like this hydraulic cover that seals the pool, or this safety cover anchored to the ground so taut Advertisers brag that it can even hold the weight of an elephant.
The loop lock cover held the pachyderm's prodigious weight with ease.
As for the most common covers, experts stress to keep them as dry as possible and to keep kids away from them, as if there were no cover at all.
If you leave the pool area, you take every child with you. And don't get the false sense of security that a cover will protect your child or any adult. It is not protection. It's an accident waiting to happen.
If you own a pool, experts say you should childproof it with a fence and gates. For more information on how to prevent accidents, call the National Spa and Pool Institute at 1-800-323-3996 for free safety and maintenance information.